New at 6, Fight for 15. That has been the rally cry to raise Wisconsin's minimum wage to $15 an hour.
Tonight, Katie Crowther is going 360, showing us multiple sides of this complicated issue.
Governor Tony Evers wants to start raising Wisconsin's minimum wage every year. What effect would that have on our state? Well, that depends on who you ask.
Got the right to live.
We've seen the protesting here in Wisconsin and around the country. The Fight for 15 movement gaining ground, organized by minimum wage workers who say many companies are making big profits and leaving the people who do the real work struggling to survive. Is raising the minimum wage the answer? What are the potential benefits and possible repercussions? Let's go in 360 on the Fight for 15. We'll hear from an economist, a minimum wage worker, local businesses, a Republican state rep, and our governor. $7.25 an hour, or about $15,000 a year. That's how much minimum wage workers make in Wisconsin. It's been this way for 10 years now.
People that work hard on a job, go to work every single day, do a great job, have to be able to go home and feel confident that what they're earning could actually pay for rent and food.
Governor Tony Evers wants to raise the minimum wage by $1 on January 1st, then increase that by 75 cents per year, making it $10.50 by 2023. From then on, he proposes growing it every year at the rate of inflation.
Raising it to 15 cannot happen overnight. It has to happen in small amounts of money.
The latest Marquette University Law School poll shows 57% of Wisconsin residents support an increase in the minimum wage. But most Republican lawmakers in Wisconsin do not. They argue that the cost of raising the minimum wage will fall on consumers in the form of higher prices.
The real bottom line here, the marketplace will determine what wages should be.
State Rep Janelle Branchin says our economy is strong and our unemployment rate is the lowest it's been in about 50 years. Companies are having a hard time filling the jobs they have.
By asking for $15 an hour, you're going to hurt the people that are most vulnerable, those that don't have many job skills. You're going to reduce their hours. You're going to increase prices for consumers. If you really want to increase your salary, show up. Come ready and motivated to work. Show some initiative.
Audrey Taylor says she shows initiative every day with her customers at Wendy's.
And when they walk up to the counter, I call them by that name.
The 57-year-old has always worked minimum wage factory and fast food jobs. Wendy's just bumped up her salary to $9.50 an hour. But she says it's barely enough to cover her bus fare to and from work, plus rent, electricity, medical bills, and food.
Some people will say, well, it's a great economy right now. There's tons of jobs.
If you have the experience, if you have the college degree behind you.
She also points to Wendy's total revenue last year, $1.6 billion. The company's CEO makes more than $5 million a year in total compensation.
They should be able to pay sick pay, holiday pay, vacation pay.
Service workers at Pfizer Forum start at $12 an hour and will reach $15 by 2023. The senior VP of the Milwaukee Bucks, Alex Lazary, who's active in the Democratic Party, thinks this is an important precedent.
We're proud to be, at the forefront of this, where, we're gradually going to get to that floor in this fight for 15.
The arena did get built with $250 million in taxpayer funding. But many small business owners already operate on razor-thin margins. Old German beer hall manager Hans Weisgerber says a state-mandated wage hike would be difficult.
We have employees who are working here who have earned their way up to that sort of a wage, and on day one they're going to be surrounded by people who they don't know, who haven't proved their value.
In Illinois, the minimum wage will increase to $15 an hour by 2025. But the state also passed a tax credit for businesses with 50 or fewer employees. Carrie Arroway, owner of Leela Boutique, has learned to sacrifice other things to pay her employees more.
To me, the budget line item for staff is equally important to marketing dollars. It's quite honestly more important than the line item on what I buy to sell people.
But UW-Milwaukee economics professor John Haywood says helping more people get out of poverty is not directly tied to minimum wage.
About a quarter or 30% of those who receive the minimum wage are actually from above median income households. So they're a secondary earner, or they're the teenager of a well-to-do household.
More than half of all minimum wage workers in Wisconsin fall between 16 and 24 years old. Haywood instead advocates for the Earned Income Tax Credit,
which really works through the tax system to give those people a subsidy. So if you earn $7 or $8 an hour, the government will throw in an extra $2 for you because you're part of the working poor.
Governor Evers plans to set up a task force to look into this minimum wage issue further and study ways to move toward $15 an hour. Back to you guys.